What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. We leave for the road trip in 3 days and I thought, what a great time to tear the car apart and do some last minute upgrades. Terrible idea, but let me tell you first off where we're going and why this road trip is going to be super cool. And secondly, what I'm doing and why on earth I'm even doing it. All right, let's talk about this road trip. So I'm headed to Utah, Salt Lake City area for Formula Drift. If you guys have been following the Formula Drift circuit, you know that this is the first year ever that the Utah Motorsports Campus, or whatever it's called, is allowing drifting there. So it's gonna be really cool to see the whole Formula Drift thing there. If you guys haven't seen Formula Drift in person, it's fun. It's definitely a show. But Formula Drift's not the only reason I'm going out there. That'll be fun, but like I said, it's a show. And there's a reason I'm driving the Z, because if I was just gonna go see a show, I probably would take my daily that gets way better gas mileage and has air conditioning. But the day after Formula Drift, there is a drift event at the go-kart track at this big motorsports campus. And they're calling it, I think it's Bros Before Pros, something along those lines. Basically, the theme of the event is that some of the pros who are driving in Formula Drift are going to be sticking around in the area to drive the go-kart track the next day. So that'll be Sunday with bros, right? Us, average people. So I'm going to have the opportunity to drive my pretty stock car against pros. I mean, obviously they're not going to be in their like actual pro competition cars, but still. When do you have an opportunity to drive with people of that caliber? Totally crazy. I am beyond excited. It's going to be so much fun. Plus, a road trip is always fun. So I'm really excited to see how well the Z is going to do. I hope it makes it out there with no problems. And I hope that we're able to shred with some pros. Okay, so what the heck am I doing and why am I doing it with only a few days before I have to be on the road? The second half of that question is just because I'm kind of an idiot and I work way too much. But to answer what I'm doing, I'm pulling the factory rear knuckles off. You can see that here. And I'm replacing them with these beautiful things. Excuse the water, it's pouring rain outside, which is really strange considering it's Southern California and it hasn't rained in forever. But like I said, these are Part Shop Max drop knuckles. What these do is they lower the suspension pickup points on the knuckle. I think it's 20 or 25 mils, so about an inch. So it's gonna lower all where the suspension bolts to on the knuckle, and it's effectively going to make the suspension arms closer to parallel with the ground, basically closer to factory settings, which is going to help the rear of this car have a better alignment. It should be a lot closer to a factory alignment, which if you remember in some of my past videos, I struggle with because I don't have adjustable rear arms. Now, yes, a drop knuckle is not the right way to fix this problem. I should just get adjustable rear arms, but that would mean buying new coilovers because you need the true rear coilovers so you can replace the spring bucket with an adjustable camber arm and blah, blah, blah. It would have ended up costing like $2,000. That's still what I want to do. It's just not what I can do right now. Where these drop knuckles came up for a great price. So I'll be able to throw them in. I'm gonna get all the benefits of having like spherical bearings instead of the factory rubber ones. These have dual caliper mounts. So whenever I want to run a hydro e-brake, I can with dual calipers. That will be sweet. But I think having those suspension pickup points dropped, like I said, about an inch, should make a pretty big difference, and it should be able to get the rear of this car a lot closer to a good alignment, which we're gonna need if we're drifting with some big, fast pro cars. Like I said, I don't think it's their real pro cars, but you get what I mean. Cars that are way faster than mine, we're gonna need a bit more rear grip. This is definitely gonna help us get there. So I'm probably gonna throw you guys on a time lapse because I've honestly spent way too much time getting the factory ones off and I've only done one side. So I'm gonna get back to work and get this thing going. All right, this is where we're leaving off for the night. This side, drop knuckles in, upper control arms in. I have a new sway bar that I didn't even talk about. This is a Hotchkiss rear sway bar with SPL adjustable end links. I'll talk more about this tomorrow when I've got a bit more time. Pretty much buttoned up. I did not put the parking brake back in. It's over there, mostly because I completely blew apart and, well, yeah. This side over here, knuckles in, upper control arms in. I just have to get the brakes on and tighten everything up because none of the bolts are tight. But still have quite a bit more work to do to actually finish this up. Like get the axles in, obviously get the brakes on and tighten everything up. And then I got to put this thing on the ground and see where it sits because it is going to lower the back a little bit and I don't really want to do that. So I may have to adjust the coilovers and then definitely tweak the alignment. That was kind of the whole goal of all this. So hopefully I have enough time. I have to get to bed because I have to go to work super early. I do work pretty much every day until we actually leave for the road trip. So I'm just gonna kind of be tinkering on this when I get off work or maybe early before work. I don't know. It was a bit ambitious to take this on with the schedule I have and knowing that I'm gonna be leaving in a few days, but one way or another we'll get it done. Either way, I will catch you guys tomorrow so we can wrap this thing up and get it on the ground. And we're back. Just about done buttoning everything up underneath the Z. All the bolts, stuff are tight. Been working on it for a few hours. Just didn't record much because it's just boring tightening bolts. But just got to throw the axles in and then I can put this thing on the ground and hopefully get that alignment dialed so we can get this thing ready for the road trip. So, I don't think that's gonna work. Take two. So much better. Much better. My goodness, what a night. Okay, so we got the drop knuckles on. We got the coilovers set to absolute max height in the rear. I never thought I would do that. But it's finally drivable. Unfortunately, I did have to pull the rear spacers off, so the fitment's not as cool. But I just realized I didn't even show you why I had to pull the rear spacers off. It wasn't just from the car sitting a little bit lower. It's from these tires. Let me show you what they are. These are Federal 595 RSRs, I think, the double Rs. They're Federal's 300 treadwear drift tire. And these are in a 255/35. So you can see it's a whole lot more meaty and it's definitely gonna be a more grippy tire. I've heard good things about the Federals. I've ran them before on my Fit when I was doing like time attack and stuff, which is a little bit different, but all in all, I've always been a big fan of Federal tires. I'm hoping these treat me well. They should last quite a while providing a good amount more grip than the like eBay tires I've been running. And that big new sway bar I got hopefully will kind of help balance it out because I don't want to put too much grip in the car to where I'm like having trouble keeping drifts. So with a big rear sway bar and the fact that it's adjustable, I should be able to dial out some of that grip, as well as now having adjustable upper control arms. And with those drop knuckles improving the overall suspension geometry, I should be able to get the alignment a whole lot closer. Just looking at it and just from eyeballing the arms and stuff, when I put it back together, it's a whole lot closer than it was. And I think all in all, it's going to be worth it. I am super tired. It's been 2 late nights of working after a 10-hour shift of actual work. So I'm definitely beat, but I got 2 more days of work and then we are on the road. Super excited. Like I had mentioned earlier, this road trip's gonna be so much fun going out to Utah to watch Formula Drift. And then drifting with pros is gonna be the coolest thing ever. That's exactly why I had to step it up a little bit with the stuff that I had to get the Z that much closer to maybe being able to keep up with some of those guys. That is gonna be a wrap for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was kind of random and I really didn't do a great job of filming just because I've been tired and just trying to get some work done, but this thing is pretty much good to go. I'm just gonna get the alignment squared away tomorrow. I've showed you guys alignments and that kind of stuff a bunch of times, so you know how that goes. Gonna get the alignment squared away and then just working on packing this thing up so we are ready. On that note, let me show you what I did. So the rear of the car is now gutted. We've got no spare tire. all the plastic trim and stuff. So we have a ton more room because I am gonna bring 2 spare wheels, a jack, tools, luggage for my friend and I. And yeah, kind of a lot to fit in a small car. So I figured why not get everything I can out of the back, give us as much room as possible so we can fit all this junk in there. Anyways, I'm rambling on. I'm super tired. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. The next video will be the road trip. So get excited, subscribe if you are not subscribed already. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.